10.
The 110.
All I know is we asked for downtown. We are blessed with downtown. Busan, first map, first round. Bit of karaoke. Never catch me doing that.
Catch me dancing.
Catch you dancing.
Not going to catch me singing, ever.
Really?
No, not if you fancy your earlugs, mate.
You literally spend your profession stood with a microphone attached to you. You'd think you'd feel comfortable doing something like that, right?
Oh, fine. That's not singing.
Oh, okay.
Singing is a whole different story to talking.
It's very true.
It's a lot more embarrassing when it goes badly, we'll say that much.
Well, hopefully the talking doesn't go badly for you. Bazooka Puppiez, Team Gigantti. Let's see what they're going to be rolling out with. And the full facility, it could quite literally be a rollout.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes for Puppies especially, because last week wasn't their most fantastic week. You know, Track and Cranks, I really want to see them pop off. They didn't really pop. And Crandop made a slew of mistakes last week. There's no way of going around it. Solo engages, basically feeding the enemy team all the time. Milky Man has been kind of stepping up, and we saw last week the guy really kind of come into his own a bit more as the series went on. They did lose out 3-2 in the very end to Morning Stars, but he is slowly fitting into this roster. And the more time they have, the better Gigantti is going to get.
Well, the way I described Milky Man last week was he's a bit of a fixer-upper, and as the weeks go on, he's only going to improve. So let's see how that rate of improvement is playing out. Team Gigantti, looks like they're going to have control of the point first. The alternative angle being used by Bazooka Puppiez to get onto it. They've got the positional advantage, just need to get a few kills under their belt, and it's all going to be going over to them. Crandop, first casualty of the series. As you'd expect, Reinhardt's getting hard focuses in these compositions. Team Gigantti going to push them all the way back to this ballroom, see what else they can gather before they just miss that window of death. 100 charge. Zarya in the hands. Davin going to be taking out a few people as they just keep squeezing Bazooka Puppiez for all the ult charge they can.
I was going to say, it's like pressing on a bleeding wound, right? Like, it's going to bleed a lot more at first, and you will see Bazooka Puppiez get continually hammered here, but in the long term, before they can even begin to heal, you have to stem the bleeding, and right now, Crandop is that exposed wound for Bazooka Puppiez. If he melts down, no shield in the front line, that means the rest of the team is open for Gigantti to roll through.
Well, the extra armor is going to stop that from happening to Milky Man. The reality from Begins is there. Here we go, immediate transcendence for that Graviton Surge. No one's dropping down, and no one's looking to hit some low HP bars. Zap is being pulled against. That was Crandop using the Earth Shatter to little effect. The Zappis will take him out. Sound Barrier coming in too late to save him. There's Cranks going very low, and it's for Zappe to pick up with the Zenyatta. Another clean team fight for Team Gigantti.
Exactly how to judge a team's quality at running goats can often be pinned down to the support ultimates alone. Gigantti rotating them brilliant there. Transcendence coming out, at least initially, for the Graviton Surge, and once that had expired and the Shatter had connected onto the tanks and majority of the healers, immediately out came the Sound Barrier to prevent Bazooka Puppiez getting even a single kill. And because they had no ultimates online themselves, all Gigantti had to do with damage was fire out that Graviton Surge, swing for the hills, and down went most of the members. So good play by Gigantti so far.
Self-destruct planted onto the point, going to have to do the 180 for that one. Zappis more successful than what Brucer was able to pull off as he picks up a double. Salve and Cave going down for that one. Zappe again with the kill on the Crandop, and Cranks, the former OWL star, showing he can still hit it with this Zenyatta.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty brutal match, I won't lie. The way it's going so far, it's already pretty one-sided, you might say. Show me a fight that Bazooka Puppiez have got anywhere near winning, and I would be very impressed. You've uncovered something no one else probably has. Gigantti, there with a very dominant first performance. Spooked away, Crandop. Unlucky, I guess, my friend. Straight to the train? No?
No train. Just pain.
I'm dying to see someone get a grab or something that catches people into the train and just flattens them out.
I mean, if you were stood there anyway, I think you deserve to be grabbed into a train. Like, I don't see any reason why you'd be in that particular area where you're in range of being grabbed for a train kill, right?
Yeah. You ready for some more brutality on Mecha Base?
I don't know. Will they pull out the Mei?
Nah. It's going to be it's more brutality, not because of the Mei, just brutality because it's Gigantti at this point, it feels like. Bazooka Puppiez, I think the thing that they're lacking, and one thing I criticised Gigantti for a little bit last week, was being more reactive than proactive. It's a term we use a lot when we speak about tank-based comps, basically meaning if you're reactive, is you're waiting for the enemy team to move forward before you do anything. The problem there is the proactive teams are the ones who have the onus on them to do something special. They can go for the shield bash into a Shatter, they can catch out a member and turn it into a 6 versus 5. Gigantti were a bit slow last week, and I'm looking for them this week to act a lot more aggressively, to really play into the face of Bazooka Puppiez, and again, press on that open wound.
Facility very low, but Cave's going to go too aggressive, get himself stunned up, and killed by the rest of the Gigantti roster. They have that man advantage, and they're transitioning to the point, but Cranks and Mete turning it around. 3-for-1 trade in favor of Bazooka Puppiez. They're going to get the first cap.
It's literally like what I was just saying. Gigantti let Milky Man basically get full pushed on by Puppies there. They all kind of split off to the left-hand side. Milky Man was left like, guys, need help here, please. Even with the bubbles coming down and the stuns coming through from the Brigitte on his side, he still got pressured out by Bazooka Puppiez. So good play by them again to show that proactivity and get the aggression into the Gigantti backline.
Yeah, they're going to try a different angle rather than the one that we're seeing Bruce and Holt himself. Milky Man not going to go down. Davin finding crown drop. So the War of the Rhines already been settled by Gigantti. A little bit of assistance from Davin to pull that one off, but without a shield, that laser's just going to cut through so many members. Bruce is now feeling the hurt after Mete's already been taken out. A D-Mex Diva is a very sad and unfortunate existence. Just have Cave left to try and stall out, get that extra bit of percentage out of the point, but 37 is where it's going to end for Bazooka Puppiez and begin for Team Gigantti.
Zari is like a walking blowtorch, but moves pretty slow, but when she gets into that full charge, she is literally melting through the armor of Divas, doing about 190 DPS in a second. Well, good luck having that mech, which has got 600 HP lasting more than 3 or 4 seconds on that one as well. It's such easy work to build that ult charge. Speaking of ult charge, gets eaten out. Nicely done.
Immediately eaten out.
Bruce and
It's
the
going to
boy.
be Bruce, that new player for Bazooka Puppiez coming in. Bit of a diva specialist. He's pulling this one off. Self-destruct goes up in the air for Team Gigantti. Not an RCK bomb, unfortunately, but still buys some space for Team Gigantti to operate in. This Transcendence, eats and grab again. Hungry boys. As that self-destruct will land onto the point. Blocked behind a shield. Milky Man and Zup is still getting the frags in. Crown drop soon to follow. Control of the point still lies with Team Gigantti.
I'd love to know what it is from all of these Diva players that's giving them the situation to eat so many ults, because a lot of times we've seen, admittedly, over the last couple of days, teams who will just run at the enemy team and press Q. And for a Diva, that's the easiest thing in the world. Oh, you pop speed boost. Oh, you've likely got your ultimate online. I best held down right click then.
I think one of the reasons we're seeing a lot of eats and grabs, particularly this season, is just because the the decrease of the amount of time it takes for these Zarya's to get the Graviton surges has just skyrocketed, right? During the seasonal break. So we're seeing more grabs for more potential for them to be eaten. Also, I think Divas are just getting better at it in general. Crown drop, not getting better at being killed, unfortunately. Zup finds him again. Huge shatter there by Milky Man. Cracked, going to be taken out. Was also providing rally to the rest of his team while that was going on, so ended that a little bit early. Bazooka Puppiez going to reset. Sound barrier in their pocket for their final fight.
But Davin has got hold of that Graviton Surge. You saw the intent last time was to get that stuck on the corner of the wall so Bazooka Puppiez would be pulled in, and then his Ryan could just swing for the hills. In this case, it got eaten. Well, in the last case, it got eaten out. Now they're trying to play downstairs. There we go. He's got it stuck on this time.
Play it on the terrain, 99%. No one can get through the choke. It's just an easy cap for Team Gigantti. They're going to take that first map.
Easy cap, easy clap. Best way to describe this map. Like you say, 2-0 over to Gigantti. Very dominant performance overall as well. Bit of a, I suppose, a small edge in there as well. We saw that first count coming through for the other side, at least at the very start of that one. But Bazooka Puppiez, again, got to buck your ideas of guys, because Gigantti are the ones running this show right now.
Looking like quite a dominant performance so far. Des, we've only seen one map in control. Can be a little bit different to the performance that happens across the rest of the series. It is very, I think it's the most different or the most unique mode in comparison to the others. But we're going to take a quick break and we're going to bring you the hybrid map next up. Welcome back to Overwatch Contenders. We're about to jump into map 2 of our final series of the day. This is, of course, Team Gigantti going up against Bazooka Puppiez. And Bazooka Puppiez looking a little bit outmatched if you just take map 1 as this entire series so far.
There's something that I kind of crossed my mind, but I should say it because it's funny. I was going to say looking more like the runts of the litter right now, but it feels like a pretty toxic thing to say. But it feels that way because Gigantti...
toxic confirmed.
There's toxic confirmed. Gigantti are having a very strong performance so far, but like you said, it's only map 1. We've seen teams like Hurricane lose the first map of the series, and now at least we get to go into their pick. It's not a pre-selected map. It's chosen by the Puppies, and they want their moment in the spotlight. They are going to Hollywood.
Wow, you know,
I love the music intro for this.
If you've ever dealt with a physical puppy and tried to watch them make a decision, I'm not going to lie to you, they typically don't make the right one.
No.
Hopefully...
Kato's a prime example of someone who doesn't make the right choice.
Yeah, you're Samoyed. Kato.
Samoyed.
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 Samoyed, whatever.
Samoyed, mate, come on.
Whatever, the Ed's there, I'm going to say it. It's Samoyed. Kato, prime example, a puppy will never
Stuck his head up the chimney.
Stuck his head up the chimney earlier today. So, yeah, they won't make the right decisions. Hopefully, if a puppy is qualified enough to hold a bazooka, it will make the right decision. And we'll find that out if Hollywood pays them any dividends.
Chasing down all the cats. Sadly not against a cat-based team, so there's no real fun references to be made here.
There's no cat-based team in Europe.
No, it's sad.
There's no cat-based team anywhere.
No, just lots of love for dogs, apparently. I mean, there was a long time ago, there was laser kittens.
What do you think that's a derivative of?
Exactly.
Come on.
The predecessor to the puppies was the cats.
Enough talk about the cats. Let's focus on the dog champs as they're jumping onto the offense first. Working with a conventional dive here, except they're working Sombra into the mix, and Track is going to be having a lot of fun today.
Yeah, they're swapping out a couple of things there. So the Zen is gone for 1. It's all changing now anyway, never mind. I was going to say they're swapping out the Ana for the Zen, just so they have that nano boost onto the Genji, but they realise, oh, we're against Monkey Goat, so let's just change over and play full dive, as that is the standard kind of go-to counter.
Excuse me? Full dive?
Full dive, full goat, sorry. Goat into monkey dive. No, into monkey goats.
You've
comp
just
names these days.
Too many different comp variations of similar compositions. Anyway, Davin up on top of the cafe with that Zarya, grabbing himself in charge, close to the 100. We like to see that. We love to see it. Going to be burning through Crandrock. He's going incredibly low. He's got the nice angle to get behind that shield. The Orbit Discord was there to increase that damage he was taking, but Milky Man's already been taken out, so this could look like a very confident take by Bazooka Puppiez. That wasn't until Saab got taken out. Well, Track's going to try and level it out with a kill onto Facility, so it looks like this could be going over to Bazooka Puppiez very early.
Start calling it a microwave beam at this point. Literally melts through that armor so quick. There goes Zappy. He's out of his mech. He's melted down. Looks like it is going to be theirs. Track, of course, subbing in for this as well. Brucean is sitting the bench, and Track is straight back off.
Yeah, I want to know what the team dynamic is, why you have that specific interaction to bring him in.
Because Brucean played Diva.
Yeah, but now Meta's playing Diva.
Yes, they switched it over because this is Track, I imagine, and well, he's a fantastic player.
What I'm saying is, what was Meta playing previously that you wouldn't be able to put Track on?
It might be another comp they want to roll out. We'll find out if it comes down to it.
Absolutely. Well, point A captures for them. 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Potentially could be a Widow option for them, but both teams are sticking with Goats for now. Very tanky, very beefy. As they're going to collide with each other around this choke. Graviton Surge coming out, so Contenders is for self-destruct over the top. Nice charge there onto Milky Man.
Nice.
Will net them the kill from the self-destruct. It's Meta who gets the claim. I should say, claim the credit from that one, just due to the bomb. Saab can take out Zappis after a demech from Track, and Meta then follows up with a kill onto Darwin. So Bazooka Puppiez not being stalled just yet.
I love how once Zappis came out of his mech, he literally just beelined it into the backline, like, please kill me, I want to get back in my mech again. But they left him for the longest time until Saab was finally like, yeah, okay, headshot to put you out your misery. Puppies playing very well in this first attack, though. Haven't really been held back by Gigantti yet, despite them getting the opening kill onto Saab very early on. Puppies have stayed true and continued the push. And in fact, that first part through the gate, as you get past first point, is where we see so many teams go for a big hold. We've seen Sombras go through Cafe and EMP from behind and things like that, just to try and stall things out for longer. Gigantti couldn't even hold them there.
Grabs on Surge, Shatter used to counter out any aggression.
Nice.
Self-destruct sitting on top of the shield, everyone's being protected. Sound barrier also undeterred by that explosion. Gigantti are going to push forward and try and get them into the hotel and billiards room. they're going to get back out on the payload in good time and start contesting again. Nice shadow from Milky Man there, hitting multiple members. The Graviton Surge used into the turret, but they still get the kill as the Transcendence comes out after Bazooka Puppies. So they have that overlap in their favor, that window of opportunity for him to go aggressive. And Cranks, unfortunately, with the Orb of Discord on his head, doesn't have many options. He's just going to get burnt down by Davin, who's really taking it to the Puppies right now.
A bit of admiration for Meta there as well. He went to fly up to deploy his self-destruct, but either his team said no or he realized they were hard losing the fight, because he basically just let his Met drop back down again, didn't burn it so he could hold onto it for this fight. So a good bit of restraint there where a lot of players may well have just burnt ults for the sake of it.
Now they're out. Now they're locked inside the spawn room, unfortunately. Team Gigantti holding a very aggressive line. Look how much damage he did to the entirety of the team with that right click, because they're going to shred through with the left. Graviton Surge pulls them together. Milky Man, the recipient of those kills. He's just going to swing that hammer. He's got himself an ultimate ready for the next fight. If it's not the grab, it's going to be the shatter, Des.
That's where you're looking towards from either side now. Got that Bash Shatter combo, one that we haven't seen out of Gigantti this week so far, but no real big need to be honest. I was kind of surprised that they got the Shatter down in that final fight more in the Wild West area, because there wasn't a Brigitte in the front line to get this done down like there was just there.
Beautiful protective barriers to deter some of that huge shatter coming out of Milky Man, but the result is still the same. Takes him right to the spawn entrance, and the body block stops Sam from getting back in. And they're going to get Meta with that final micro missile just before he gets back into the spawn room. 2 minutes remaining for the Bazooka Puppies.
Beyond spawn camp there as well. He's literally next to the door to get back in and get that sweet, sweet regen. And Milky Man's just like, nah, dude, just stay there and take a hammer to the face, please.
Welcome to the body block.
Welcome to Contenders. Enjoy your stay.
Enjoy your stay. I don't know how long you're going to be here, unfortunately, as Team Gigantti are really putting them in a bad situation. Second week, and they're already being pushed to their limits, but they are still fighting and they have ultimates in the bank to try and contest Team Gigantti. Need to get them off this payload, and Davin's got a Graviton Surge that could give them a massive no.
Same for Puppies as well, though. They've got that combo they've been waiting to deploy for so long. Meta going in with the self-destruct.
Davin's already been killed. They don't have the protective barriers. They might do the save Milky Man as Meta's going to pick up that kill. Sab with the double onto Facility, and Davin, so the payload's going to get back in motion. 1 minute 15 on the clock, and Gigantti still have time to put up another contest before the second checkpoint.
Proactivity, reactivity. Both teams had the same set of ults online for that fight, but Bazooka Puppies pulled the trigger first. They were the ones who felt more comfortable, went for the combo, and managed to make it work. And this is my issue with Gigantti last week, is some fights, they will be the most proactive team you'd ever see, just going for the combos. They were 100% sure what they wanted to do, but at times they'd lose fights because they hesitated. That was a prime example of them hesitating a bit.
Graviton Surge eaten up, unfortunately, so Davin and Gigantti don't have that one. Earth Shatter by Crown Drop will knock them down, but the self-destruct deters it through the payload. They fire down that Earth Shatter. Milky Man finding no one. This is looking like Gigantti are in a very difficult situation. Transcendence being burned out by Bazooka Puppies. Cave also using the sound barrier, so double support ultimates being used. Team Gigantti have the rally, but it's the only ultimate in their pocket. Somebody's about to get the Transcendence as well, but they have no other reinforcements. It's better to just concede this point. But they're going to go for the contest. They're sending out Milky Man just to die. And Bazooka Puppies are on the final section.
Grab, eaten.
Yep.
Self-destruct, too high, caught no one. Earth Shatter, caught no one, and then you die immediately after. Bit of a messy fight overall, 3 ults being used there for literally no return at all, not even a single kill being picked up by Gigantti.
Too many unforced errors.
Yes, exactly the thing, Tridd. That's always again about this proactivity versus reactivity thing. Bazooka Puppies are happy to just wait and let them make the mistakes.
Well, they stunned up that Reinhardt, weren't able to kill him, hit the Transcendent, self-destruct. You know how this goes,
nice
and
block.
Everyone is fine, hiding behind those invulnerable targets. Davin taking that Crown Drop, Cranks also going down as well. It's a little bit of deja vu, but Team Gigantti, they give over a checkpoint, and then immediately on their first defense, they lock it back down and put up a very strong resistance and burn the majority of the time back by doing just this.
Absolutely, and hopefully now with a minute to left, Gigantti will be hoping to end this here so that on their push they can get just inside a second point, and they'll be in spot to take this second map away and go into the half 2-0.
Well, hang on a minute, they still need to do their offense, right?
So I'm saying that's what they're ready for, man, but still absolutely clapping them here though. That's the Crandall getting shut down, but great trans coming out of Sab.
Yeah, the Earth Shatter drops down, Transcendence perfectly timed. Here comes another grab. This time Crown Drop's being brought in afterwards. There's the charge for the self-destruct to take out Crown Drop. If it wasn't the self-destruct, it was going to be the damage from the charge and the swing. Nice delay coming out from Gigantti. 23 seconds remaining for the Bazooka Puppies. If they're going to complete this map, they have to do it in overtime.
Absolutely, I'm looking towards the 3 support ults coming up on the side of Gigantti as well. Got a lot of tools to play with here, enough that they can afford to absorb the ult coming out of Track or out of Crandop, and deal with this. But we've seen Gigantti mess up a few times on this map so far. Bazooka Puppiez only have to get one piece right for everything else to fall into place.
Brando manages to catch Facility with the shatter. The entirety of Team Gigantti moves forwards to protect him and stop any further damage from coming in. His sound barrier from Bazooka Puppiez. They want to emerge through this choke, start going aggressive. You saw there, Zappis off to the side, he gets the sound barriers, he regroups with the rest of the team. Lilbo getting the kill, Graviton Surge eaten again. This time, it's gonna be Zappis, the one who's gonna chow down on that energy. Speaking of which, Track has 100, he's moving forward, Cranks finds Facility. Can't shred for a target, the shields are too strong and the healing is there at present. Graviton Surge from Davin, not eating this time, self-destruct, walking in at a snail's pace, but everyone's behind the shield and there was nothing to drop it down. Milky Man going low, thank God for that transcendence coming out from Zuppo to keep the rest of the team alive. Now Sab has the overlap in his favor, he'll be able to push forward with Gigantti, they time it just right. Well, the health bar's going down. Track is the demake onto Zappis. They're missing one of the crucial members of their tank line for Gigantti. They're still going to keep the offense going, and the kills are going in favor of Bazooka Puppiez for now. They might be able to get around this corner and contest it. Milky Man being the one to try and tip the scales back in their favor with a kill onto Cranks. Zuppy's going to follow up on Crown Drop, but the kills are going in favor of Bazooka Puppiez on the home stretch. They can still do this.
They can, like I said, it only takes one piece to fall into place for them and the rest will follow. It's like a pack of dominoes here. You find one kill, you find one pick, one excellent piece of positioning and everything goes your way. And again, look towards their ultimates. They've got that Earthshadow combo with the bash that they want. They've got the Graviton Surge on side as well. Gigantti have got their own ult to answer with though.
Putting them all together, opening with the grab. There's the swing and a hand from Crandot. Boom,
no
back, thankfully, to deny more damage coming out from that Reinhardt. They still have ults to layer on top of it. There's the sound barrier being used prematurely. Earth Shatter goes down, only going to find himself dabbing on the back line, but he's nice and safe for the rest of his team. There's Graviton Surge from Gigantti moving forward. He sends Zappis in with that self-destruct on top of multiple members. The shield is an option, but hang on a minute. Zappis was there to get the kill because there was a stun from Facility, denying a shield block from Crandop. Will take him out of the fight. The kill feed is looking all white, and Team Gigantti shut down Bazooka Puppiez just shy of completion.
We'd say the kill feed goes white when it's Gigantti getting the kills, given their team colour is green, but of course they are playing in the away skit.
It's difficult, it's kind of off, it throws you off a little bit, right? You expect Gigantti and green.
During the days when we had, like, the colours weren't as they are now.
Blue and red.
Yeah, when they weren't Contenders colours.
Yeah, it's one of the nicer changes I see.
I dig it.
Over the course of this year of seasons.
You kind of just get used to it, but it is beautiful. We'll say that much.
It is, but I think they need to write into the rules that Gigantti should always have the home skin and always have green.
It would make more sense, but here we stand, and Bazooka Puppiez have managed to get themselves almost to completion as well. Not something I would have expected, given their performance on the last map. Now, a lot of that came down to those first few fights being won. They got themselves basically halfway through the map, halfway through the second point as well. Good performance out of them there. Did kind of falter a bit towards the end and, of course, ultimately didn't complete, which means Gigantti either full complete this map and take it, or they fall just shy and we go into the half one-on-one.
I mean, I prefer it when series go one-to-one. They're tied at the half. It leaves more open. It guarantees that fourth map still has the impact or the series riding on it. Yes, you still have the fight money in that fourth map if the series has been decided by map 3. However, still not the same. You don't have the same energy and the same stakes to it. It's I don't know. Just personally, I just find it more entertaining. We have that on the line, right?
I buy it. I agree. It does make it more fun. No one likes a complete and a rolling.
I mean, who doesn't like a fifth map as well? That's fifth map tiebreak. Gigantti, they're very familiar to it. They did it last week against Morningstars.
They'll get to the fifth map and they'll just all of a sudden shut down and be like, no, not like this. Don't remember
again.
This. Not like this.
Well, they're on the offense now, running out with that Goats composition.
Nice.
Bazooka Puppiez opting for the Monkey Goats variant.
Absolutely, and as always said, it's always about the counter you get here as well, because the Monkey, or in this case Winston, cannot stand up against the huge potential coming out of Gigantti with that full I keep saying full Goats. With the Goats lineup, you can stun the Monkey really easily and bring him down. You just can't match up against the Ryan. That's why you bring it, because that shield is not online as often.
Well, Zuppy's already taken that crown drop, so the Monkey from the Goats has been removed. It's just Goats, but 5-6 of the puzzle pieces are aligned. It will never create a clear picture for you. Team Gigantti going to walk over this one, capture point A.
It's a prime example here, really, where you don't have the Rhine shield and you don't have the combo of being able to use Rhine and the Brigitte together. It just means that you can't stand up against Gigantti, and this is exactly what we said at the very start, mind you, when we saw the attack coming through from Bazooka Puppiez. Why would you bring Track in? Because they want to play Widowmaker, and this guy is a fantastic DPS player. Really excited to see how he can hold down this second point like Wayfast did last week.
Will it be enough to force Gigantti to change their composition though? Because Widowmaker can't exactly get those instant kills onto the majority of what Team Gigantti's offering. Milky Man has switched over to the Winston, so they have the option to contest if they need to, although that does work, kind of work against the style that you go for with the Monkey Goats variant.
Well, let's see what they can do and ignore it, because when you do have this dive goats on side, or monkey goats as some have been calling it, then it's more a case of you can get onto the high ground very easy with the Winston and the Diva. You can get up there and shut this Widowmaker down and stop her firing into your backline. It can be a fantastic situation to be in, because suddenly she is essentially ineffective and useless in these fights.
Still going to press forward with the attack, so there's no bodies on the points to contest it. So until now, when it's punished immediately, Clandor's going down. There's a hack onto Davin, but no one's following up with the damage because he's playing very close to the building, so that Widow sightline's not an option to get those instant pops. Graviton Surge pulls them together, Cave dragged into it, unfortunately, because he went in for the res and he's been punished for it. Meanwhile, Track found a double kill. Zuppy and Zappis, both the Zeds on the team, being taken out again on Milky Man. This is getting to the point where Gigantti might need to pay Track a little bit more attention because he's taking control of this second point.
I like how they've had Cranks basically sitting there alongside Track the whole time as well, and as soon as any tank is trying to dive onto Track on the Widowmaker, Crank's immediately there with the hack to shut them down and basically lead them to being dead weight, which just meant between the Sombra and the Widow, they could just auto down the tank who was sat in front of them.
He's on top of the jailhouse at the moment. He was being contested, so he's going to have to back away. The rest of Bazooka probably struggling to get out into the studio lot. Still being kept inside the actual housing of the EMP. There's a couple of members. Luckily, Zappe not caught in that disruption. Will come in with the Transcendence. Meta's still going to find Lilbo with that self-destruct as Cave brings Sab back into the fight. Supports helping supports. Who knew how effective that would be? But Zappe going to take him out again. Can't resurrect that twice very quickly. Bazooka Puppiez losing control of the point. We've got a Mercy flying around with those heals. Will be taken out. She's not too careful. Facility taking him out since he hit ground level. 5 minutes remaining. And they've not got very far to push it with that time back, Des.
Yeah, I think they're going to play that quite well, actually, playing on the Monkey Goats. Their basically aim was just to at least keep Track busy.
Yes.
If he was trying to shoot members in the backline through those shields and all the defenses they had, well, good luck doing that. And now they're on to the next point. Well, he's got to change off it as well. This is the nice double kill that he did get, to be fair, as well. A D-Met Diva isn't going anywhere particularly fast.
And then he goes for Milky Man. Just tags him just before he hits that big health as well. Crucial timing.
It feels like it's been a long time since we've seen Widowmaker. It was only last week that we saw the War of the Widows, but before that, I don't remember any big kind of Widow duels going on in EU Contenders.
Well, I think the map's worked against it a little bit, but here comes Graviton Surge, self-destruct combination over the top, Gigantti with the Gigantti bomb! Only finding one, but that should be enough. The D-Mech comes through as well, and just the chaos that was created allows so much opportunity for Gigantti to roll through with it. Home stretch, 4 minutes 10 on the clock.
4 minutes 10, 4 ultimates online for them to play with as well. They've got the combos if they need to be able to close this map out here. With 4 minutes on the clock for Bazooka Puppiez, they've got to stage one hell of a defense, but they have got the Transcendence at least to lead in with.
They've definitely got the options to try and do it. Earthshadow drops down, blocked by Clandor's shield. A little bit of miscoordination from this team as Milky Man's thrown against the RV and into the corner for Meta to sweep up. Isolating a lot of members of Team Gigantti. They're not going to be able to press forward. They know they've got plenty of time to play with and will back off to regroup. And with Zappis being demeched and killed, gonna have to wait just a little bit longer.
Felt a bit weird there. Bazooka Puppiez Trans was like, as the shatter came out, but the whole thing was blocked by a shield, so I was like, no, what are you doing? But we didn't see the counter Trans come out of Zuppe as well when they got that aggression going down. As soon as the enemy Trans was about halfway through, you pop your Trans and you get that 3-second advantage towards the end. Chose not to deploy it though, and his tank got punished for it.
Earthshatter will just find facility, and the charge guarantees the kill. They couldn't push forward fast enough to cover that mistake of placement by him. Milky Man will be taken out by Track. It's another lost fight for Team Gigantti, but Bazooka Puppiez, they've still got to burn through 3 minutes of time. They're doing well, but it's a lot up against them at the moment.
It's a bit weird for Zappis to stay around when the rest of his team had already pulled back, because now he gets himself staggered out for a bit, and we did say it was 4 minutes, but down to 3, Tridd. They add up.
That was actually big right there. They removed the armor from Trax. Now he has nothing underneath his shield to have that extra resistances, so he's just as squishy as he would be normally without the effect of the Brigitte. It's going to be big for Team Gigantti when they move forward on the next assault. If Facility can stay alive and get behind Milky Man's shield this time. Graviton Surge eaten up. Well played there by Mr. Zappis to eat that one up. Transcendence being used early by Zappis to instigate the fight, as well as the Graviton Surge to pull him into the corner. Charges there, pinned him against something. Huge shadow by Milky Man. Davin's moving forward with that high energy, and Zappis and Zuppy are going to follow up with the kill as well. Transcendence coming out a little bit too late from Sab to save his team, but it's still going to delay Gigantti while reinforcements come from the very close spawn room to keep the fight going. Self-destruct up high. Everyone has to take cover behind the terrain. Milky Man not close enough to any threats to his shield to be dropped there. The stun will be used, nothing comboed with it. He's still going to be alive and get his health retained. Facility popping the rally to keep everyone's armor up. Self-destruct on top of that box could be lethal, but it doesn't matter. Davin's going to do it without the explosion. Track and Crank's being taken out, and a D-Mex there. They match the distance. Team Gigantti go into the half 2-0.
Pretty dominant performance overall, but Bazooka Puppiez, despite their poor performance on map 1, definitely warmed up a bit more on this map and at least got to near completion as well. Yes, Gigantti finished with 2 minutes left in the time bank, but again, there are some of those fights there where Puppies actually are taking the initiative and going for those big engages and getting the catches they need. Again, a few times where Transcendences were a bit late or not there at all in some instances. But Zappis, gotta say, quite a few eats coming through again. It's still a buffet weekend for Divas here, basically for free. All these grabs being thrown at their faces. Certainly can't complain.
Yeah, if there was an appeal there to feed the Divas, it's obviously been met at the moment. So we're going to jump over to our analysts and see what they thought of that half so far.